Hello everyone, we are live for another round of the Super Mario Kart 150cc tournament. This time we're gonna have DangerMoll versus Aron first, and I'm here, I'm Guilherme Arantes, aka Fire Waster, and I have with me Harry.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good, man. What about you?
Good. Hope all the people out there in chat are fine this afternoon, evening, morning, whatever time of the day it is where you are.
Well, considering we have people from pretty much everywhere in the world, I guess you covered every time zone.
In Antarctica. Is anybody out there from Antarctica? Let us know.
There probably is actually. So we will wait for the countdown and then we can get started with some action. This should be a very interesting match because both Moll and Aron are very good players. Moll earing a little bit to the safe side and Aron being a loose cannon. So it's gonna be an interesting match.
Where in the world are these guys ranked on the players list? Super Mario Kart players list.
You mean the time trials?
Yes.
Aron on MTSC he's around 14 or 13 I guess, and Mo is a little bit lower, but on Paul, Aron's one of the strongest players there are, so should be interesting. I think he's 6th or 5th on Paul. I'd have to check. Yeah, he's 5th place on Paul.
Be a good
So-
matchup then.
Yeah. And we're gonna get going with Flower Cup. Let's see how these guys fare. So are you familiar with everything they're doing? I know you're like a new name to the community, kinda.
That's right. Well, I used to play Mario Kart as a kid, but I picked it up again exactly 1 week ago when I was invited to take part in this tournament. So, yeah, as you say, very, very new to this. However, I've been watching Super Mario Kart speedruns for a good number of years now. At least half a decade.
Oh, nice.
A long time lurker, first time contributor, you could say.
On the speedrun jargon, I guess that's how they say it. And Mall with a pretty clean Choco Island one. Aron having a little bit of difficulty. I think he failed one of the wall hops.
Yeah.
So how did you enjoy like playing in this tournament so far?
A lot of fun, yeah. Really enjoyed the match the other night. I knew I was going to get beaten, really, so it was more of a case of taking part and racing against myself, trying to beat my own records. And I think it will be that for the time being, because there are so many great Mario Kart players out there. I have quite a way to go before I get to a level where I'm competing with even some of the lower ranked players on the Mario Kart circuit, as it were.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure you can do it. You just need to keep grinding. Did you get to watch the VOD of your match? Did you get to watch it back? How it went?
So I did, and I remember when during the race, I remember thinking this is really sloppy. But when I watched it back, it seems it was much sloppier than I thought. I
Well,
think the problem with that is comparing myself to Bat Mallard, if that is his real name. Comparing
no,
myself to him
it's
side
Matt
by
Ballard.
side. Yeah, I thought so.
It's
But when you
inverted.
put yes, when you put them side by side, it makes me look a lot worse. Because we finished the first race, the Mario Circuit 1 race, and I thought I must be ahead there because I got a star in first place. But no, I watched it back, and he had at least 10 seconds on me.
Yeah, that's the power of boosting, I guess. But
I've got to learn how to.
I asked that question because in chat everyone was rooting for you to at least not rank out. So it was kind of we had you, we had your back.
Oh, that was great. I did see the chat replay, and it was fantastic to see everybody cheering me on and saying, "Harry, you've got this. Come on, we'll get him next time," and all of that. Superb. Great. Great from the great support from the community. As a first timer,
Yeah, it was nice to watch. I mean, a lot of potential still.
yeah, I'm enjoying.
So
Go
go
on.
ahead.
I was going to say I'm enjoying it so far. No reason to give it up this early. Go on.
So Mall has a mushroom right now, which on Donut Plains tracks, it's one of the best items you can get because of the. We've been calling it the Moses shroom, which you just jump into water with the shroom and you get like a bounce, and sometimes you can skip over a wall.
There's
But
no.
I was watching Maul practice earlier today, and he said that he just can't get it, so he wouldn't go for any of those. So
Just going to say he's not going for it here. So it's a little bit dangerous, isn't it, in a real-time race situation?
it's very dangerous because if you miss it, especially on Donut Plains too, you get stuck. You either get stuck in a patch of grass on the other side of the lake, or you sink in the water. So it's not one of those tricks that if you miss it, you have like a safe strat to get out of it. If you miss it, you're pretty much, yeah, your race is over basically.
It's like the Jesus clip in Super Mario 3, if anybody's been watching that on SpeedGaming Live.
Uh,
That's the
I don't.
Moses. That's the Moses shroom, and comparing it to the Jesus clip.
Oh, the Jesus clip. I see. I see
Yeah.
what you mean.
Sorry.
I don't watch much Super Mario Bros. 3, but I think I know exactly which trick you mean. Is this the one that he goes through the wall?
I think it's in World 5 in one of the forts, and if you miss the clip, you die. So you lose a whole load of time.
Oh, yeah. So this track is like it's also known as the whale shark of SMK because of its never-ending. It's like the longest track in the game, and also around lap 3 or 4, the computer players start getting in your way. So it's very very easy to crash and mess up this track. But both players have been doing like a great job so far.
Yeah.
Here,
Gotta
it's
watch.
another instance where the feather is very useful, but unfortunately none of them got it to showcase some of the nice skips.
If you're a lower ranked player like me, you have to watch out for flying into the lava on this straight here that Aron's on. But these guys, they just hop over the lava with a low
Oh
R
yeah.
press. And that's pretty good. Mole has fallen into the lava. They've both fallen into the lava on the victory
Af-
lap.
yeah. So a big problem with those bumpers, especially when you're going full speed, is that if you miss the jump, they sometimes just send you exactly on top of the next patch, so the next lava patch. So it's it's difficult because you kind of have to go for it. Because if you miss, if you don't go for it, you also fall on lava. So it's very risky there.
Possible to actually do in 100cc, or is it exclusive to the 150cc? That
You
issue
mean
of that issue of flying into the next patch of lava, jumping off the
I'm
jumper.
I'm not sure. I think in some of the lava patches that can happen on 100cc, but I'm not completely sure. I'd have to check that out. But on 150, we'll probably see it happen at least once on Bowser Castle 3.
Yes.
So right now, Maul has a commanding lead. Aron was playing trying to build a sand castle there or something. And Moll has been driving very consistently, which is what we expect from him. So I think he's got this one in the books.
Yeah. Oh, he doesn't get an item, does Aron? So, unless something really bad happens here, it's over.
Yeah, 832 for
And
Moll.
that's Cup to
Aron
Moll, yes.
got 38 for Aron. So a 6-second lead. It was a close race, but I guess Moll's consistency was stronger than Aron's crazy loose cannon style, at least for this cup.
Svensson says, when is someone going to hack a version of this game so we can have 1v1s on the same game?
I don't think that needs a hack.
Lafungo said there's no need for hacks. Check out.
Yeah, because you can do that locally or using the Switch version of the game. You can connect with a friend and play together or one against the other. So ideally, you want to play it locally because it adds another a social dimension to the game. Let's put it like that. But if you can't do that, playing online is also cool.
SNES OT. Do we have any more SNES OT tournaments planned in the near future?
You mean SNES OT? The website was taken down.
Oh, sorry.
A few years back.
The
You mean
SNES Online.
SpeedGaming?
Yeah. Do they not happen anymore? The online net play games?
We do play online, but I'm not sure there's a website that like organizes tournaments or anything like that. This one was pretty much organized by Lafungo and KVD. They discussed the idea with some of us and decided to do it. So, but for direct net play, like playing on the same game, let's put it like that, I don't think there's anything going on right now.
I used to really enjoy watching those net play games and the bits of lag that would happen that would cause people to smash into the wall or fly into the lava. It was brilliant. The great equalizer.
Oh yeah, I've tried some RetroArch play with Moll a few months back, and it's interesting because RetroArch has this feature that it buffers. It keeps buffering like the lag, and then at one point it will freeze and the buffer will go back to 0, and the runs will be synchronized again. So I would just I'm there driving like madman, and when I'm going around the corner, it would buffer, and then when it's back, I would be like being picked up by Lakito or something like that. So it's fun to have the possibility, but I guess the resources aren't like perfect yet. Okay, still have a lot to go.
Yeah, I believe we're almost ready for the next cup, which is the Special Cup.
Special Cup, yeah. This is the hardest cup in the game, I think, for newcomers. Yeah, it tends to be ugly.
I'll say, I still haven't managed to complete it yet.
You'll get that.
I say complete it.
What about Star Cup?
Oh, I've done that loads of times.
Really?
It's just Special Cup. It's Rainbow Road that I have the problem on, because actually no, I had some problems with the Donut Plains track. Is it Donut Plains 3?
Yeah, the first one.
Loads of problems with that. Yeah.
It's very tricky because the road is very narrow, so you get CPU traffic all the time, and also you have the bridges that you have to jump over some water. It's a big mess all around. I don't like playing Special Cup that much, so I always ban it first round.
Is it a lot easier when you know the boosting technique thingy that I don't know?
For Donut Plains 3, it's slightly easier. There are a couple of places that you can use that, but in general, this cup is not very. The NBTs are not very useful. Maybe I mean on Koopa Beach 2 it's also good, but for Ghost Valley and Vanilla Lake and Rainbow Road, it's kind of pointless.
Yeah. Mole has smashed into the wall there. Evens things up a little bit.
Oh yeah, I guess they're almost synced, right? Yeah, I think so. Uh,
Er-
Mo was practicing this
Dear.
particular shroom earlier, and he said that he wouldn't go for it, but this would be a nice time for him to hit it because it gains like a lot of time. I think 5 or 6 seconds, so it could make a
No,
difference in the end.
maybe you should
And I
have gone
jinxed
for
him.
it.
Yeah, I jinxed him. Well, 4 seconds behind. Not that much.
It's retrievable, I'd guess, in the special cut. A lot of difficult
Oh,
tracks to come.
I'm pretty sure none of them is happy with that result.
Forget about it and move on, I guess. Put it behind
Yeah,
you.
that should be the the thinking behind it.
Pretend you did
Cause,
well.
Cause this track can be hell, especially if you, as Mo did, if you miss the zoom start. Cause here the CPUs won't get slowed down by the shallow water, so they are just way faster than they were supposed to be here. So
In other
it's
words,
gonna
they
be
cheat.
interesting.
In other words,
Yeah,
they cheat.
exactly. As
Super Mario
well,
Kart is the prime game where the CPUs cheat.
yeah, having a free feathers always bothered me a lot. So I guess that's what they've been doing for 26 years now, I guess.
We've got the super boost there, off the wall.
Yeah, very nice long boost by Mo. I guess he's ahead now. Oh yes, he is. So,
Aron's got the star there, actually. Did he get that in first?
no, I think he was second or third. But they are they're pretty much synced now. There's no difference between the two of them right now.
You're more
So,
likely to get a star in second than in first, or does it just go by the top four and the bottom four with the likelihoods of items?
uh, if I remember correctly, and Lafungo explained a little bit about it on a previous stream, uh, first place you have one item, let's say a list of items you can get, a different list of probabilities, and for second to fifth, I think you have another list, and then bottom 3 or 4, you have yet another list of items you can get. If I'm not mistaken, the list of items that you can get as first place is the same as the list that of items you can get on the first lap, independently of which place you are. And I'm pretty sure you can't get a star in first. I'm almost sure, but I won't say it 100%.
Oh, well, maybe in my race I was just in second. I don't know. Oh dear, Moll has been shrunk down to a miniature size.
And he's still ahead.
Uh,
That's actually very funny. It's a testament to how Aron's style sometimes backfires. And also, I'm pretty sure Aron lost some time on one of his score menus because he was ahead after the first track, and then his Koopa Beach 2 was faster than Moll's, and they ended up being synced. So I guess he lost a little bit of time. Maybe he forgot to press the button and was like just waiting for the scores to disappear.
Still fairly close though, here.
Oh yeah, yeah, and this is one of the tracks that can go very, very wrong.
Aron didn't get the zoom though, Moll did. Could make the difference
Yeah,
here.
And Moll's approach to this track, I was even discussing it with him earlier today. It's one I find very interesting because he doesn't jump over many ice cracks, which can result, if you jump and fail, it can result in a drown. So the lines he takes here, I find them to be very, although conservative, they are very good for a situation like this where you were racing another player, and he can get like mid 55s even without doing the big jumps. So it's a very useful strat for this kind of environment.
Oh, Aron's just gone into the pool. Unfortunate there.
Oh, but he was fast because they're like almost synced again. And I called Mo's mid 55.
Almost
He got
exactly the
exactly
same
that.
time. Yeah.
On to Rainbow Road, which is one of Mo's, let's say, least beloved tracks. Not
I'm
to
sure
say anything bad about it.
a lot of people out there can sympathize with that. Any Super Mario Kart players out there?
Yeah, this can be very problematic. Did Aron miss his zoom start again?
Didn't see.
If he's gonna have to pay a lot of push-ups, I guess. You know how that goes, right?
Refresh my memory.
Every missed zoom start is 10 push-ups.
Oh no, that means I have to do 500.
Well, at least by the end of it, we're gonna have like nice, strong arms. So this could be interesting because Maul had a fall and Aron has the feather, which can cut a lot of time in the end of the track there.
He'll go for
Oh,
it. Oh dear.
I think so. Yeah, if he's watching Maul's
Doesn't
stream right now, he's not gonna go for it.
he doesn't need to,
'Cause,
does he? But let's see.
I don't think so.
Has gone for
He
it,
went for
and he
it.
achieved
Yeah.
it. Excellent.
Nice ending. He got 8:13, I think. I'm not sure though.
Evens things up as Mole just finishes up there.
Yeah, 1-1 now. I wonder if Aron knew he was ahead. I think he probably did not, but I can see him going for it even if he wasn't on the lead.
Yeah. I think I'm one of those sorts of people who wouldn't want the stream up in the background because I'd constantly be checking how the other guy is doing. I don't know how that is when you go to the Mario Kart Championships in real life. But
Well, in real life,
yeah,
you are gonna
that
be
would put me
playing.
off.
You are gonna be playing 1v1 against the person, so you will know exactly
right.
how he's doing.
On the same
But
screen, yeah. Okay.
yeah, same screen. But during my match against Dan, I was actually checking the stream from time to time, and I have to say that it was more of an annoyance to me than it did help me, because at one point during Special Cup I saw that I was ahead and I started driving very safe, which is not what I do usually. Usually I'm very like balls to the walls kind of player, and that ended up costing me Special Cup because I was going too slow, and then a couple of mistakes later, he just overtook me.
So it was more of a psychological thing.
Oh yeah, it changed how I was driving, so it was detrimental in the end. I think I will not make the same mistake again.
Okay,
So
so
next up it's Mushroom Cup, right? We need to get Aron to reset his timer.
yeah.
Let's see
It's
how
gonna
long it
mess.
takes for him to realize it's still running.
Continue and start the next cup with it still going. That would be interesting.
Okay, so he reset his timer. We still can't see it, but I can see on Twitch chat that he's done it. And we should start short. So Harry, being more of a newcomer to the game and competitive side of Super Mario Kart, which of the cups is your favorite?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know if it is the Mushroom Cup because it's a little bit easy, and maybe the Star Cup offers a bit more of a challenge. Hopefully, in the future, my opinion on that will change, and I'll say the Special Cup when I'm a bit better at that. So that offers the most challenge, I guess.
Yeah, it's
But for
very
now,
useful to be good on Special Cup. I'm gonna tell you that. For now, you'd say Star.
yeah, for now, I think that's the most fun with the tight corners, etc. But I can actually manage it in comparison to the Special Cup. That's
Well,
for the time
some of
being.
the
Ask me
players.
again.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, ask me again in a year, and I might say something different. But go ahead.
I think I was about to say I think you are gonna say a different one a few years ahead because it's almost unanimous that Star Cup is hell.
Right.
Especially because of Bowser Castle and yeah, also Vanilla Lake 1 is kind of a problem, but I guess Bowser Castle 3 is the biggest problem of all.
Would you say even worse than the Special Cup?
Uh, I think so. Yeah, I think so. So Moll with
Really?
a very very clean race, almost sub 50, so he's ahead now. Ahead from the get-go, which I was not expecting, considering this is a very NBT heavy track and Aron is very good at that.
Fungo says that Moll got a slight advantage there due to coins.
Oh yeah, so Aron probably didn't pick like the 10th coin, so Moll was going faster.
Much extra speed does getting 10 gold coins earn you?
As far as I know, it's 10% per coin, but I'm not 100% sure. Maybe someone in chat can confirm it, but I'm pretty sure it's something like that, 10% extra speed per coin, or is it 5%?
Sorry, I'm asking
No,
you all the technical questions tonight, aren't I? Expecting that
yeah,
you'll know it off by heart. Sorry.
yeah, but yeah,
What's happening?
Lafungo says in the chat that he's not sure. So if he isn't sure, I had no chance of knowing the answer to that question.
I have to consult a certain website that tells you all about it.
Some people are saying 2%. I think it's more than 2% because the difference is, at least it feels way bigger than 20% at 10 coins. But since I'm not I'm not sure, odds are that's right. So
You know who's out there doing the. Sorry, technically, people in chat might know the Fungo. Do you know who's out there working on whatchamacallit, the assisted speedrun? Sorry, I forgot what it's called. Who's out there
pass.
working on the tests, mechanics, etc., and learning new tech about the game?
I don't think there are many people doing that right now. I've done a few tests using tests just to understand a little bit better how some mechanics work, but nothing too intricate, you know. We don't have that much of a test, like culture, let's put it like that. But we don't do that often.
I expect all the best routes and... Oh dear, that's not gone well there, Aaron.
Aron, don't do that,
Oh
Aron.
dear.
He basically threw away 6 seconds of his Ghost Valley.
Yeah.
Oh, only 4 seconds, so still, he didn't need that. He just needed to not press A.
Oh dear. Yeah, as I was saying, I expect all the best lines, etc., have been found now. The racing lines and the shortcuts, and maybe there is some other stuff to be found, but working on
Well,
it, I guess it's not much of a priority. I'm guessing that Super Mario Kart is one of those games where TAS doesn't gain you much of an advantage, or learning stuff through TAS.
yeah, I'd say so. Because we've reached the point that we are like, we know a lot about how time trials work and stuff. And I don't think there's much to learn, but there's still a lot of execution that can be improved to like go faster. I don't think there's anything maxed in this game, so
Is that
we are
why
in this
the...
sweet spot that we know pretty much everything, but we haven't maxed out anything, so we can compete for it.
So there's still a lot of leeway and a lot of time trial records yet to be broken in this game.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's been like that for 20 plus years. Every time we think a time is unbeatable, someone just goes there and destroy it.
Yeah, Aaron just crashed into the wall there, so it's not looking good for him on this particular cup.
Uh, yeah, and this track, Bowser Castle one, is one of the tracks that gives you more opportunities to get way ahead on this cup because of the feather skip. And now Mario Circuit 2, I guess Aaron will have to try for at least a couple of long boosts if he wants to catch up with Moll. Moll
A
is
few risks.
14 seconds ahead, more or less. Oh, and Aaron misses this start.
Hope that Mole falls into the hole, or falls into the falls off the bridge, I guess. Half a lap again.
Yeah, I don't see Mo doing that unless he hits one of the CPUs right as he's crossing and it throws him off. I don't see him losing this anymore. It would be very devastating for Aron if he lost because of exactly the 4 seconds on Ghost Valley.
That cost him. That's precisely the thing that cost him, you reckon?
Yeah. Oh,
See here.
7:32 for Mole.
Yeah.
Yeah. This one is done.
Oh
Oh,
dear.
and he got sniped by Yoshi.
Rub it in. Rub salt into the wounds there.
Yeah.
Here we go.
20
Mole
second
2-1 up.
Yeah, Mo is up. And now they go into
What's left? Is it Flower?
Star Cup.
Oh, Star Cup.
Right? Oh, Star Crap.
Yes, Star Cup is indeed next.
I can already see a lot of lava baths. Someone's asking in chat, Flower was the first cup, if I recall correct. It's the first one, the one all won, so yeah, Star Cup.
Go says there's definitely some stuff we could learn from TAS, but as a community, we don't really like the notion of TASing Mario Kart. I say we, but of course opinions differ. What is certain is that no one is really willing to make any TASes.
Yeah. Well, I've I've done some tests, and I have to say it's one of the most excruciating works you can do. It takes forever to get anything right, and it's pretty annoying. I gotta say I don't enjoy doing it that much. That's one of the reasons why I don't try it any further. But I can 100% see what Lafongo means. You know, it's when you are playing a track for world records and stuff. It's a little. It takes away a little bit of the motivation to know exactly what the limits are. You know, because it kind of takes away from the thrill of competing on that track a little bit. I know that's how I feel. I know that's how some of the other players feel about it. So yeah, I like that. I also think that tasks can help us understand the game a little better, but I like where we stay in terms of knowing the limits and having maxed strats and stuff. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, I understand what you mean. And another thing that I've noticed from watching the tests is they're not as much fun to watch as competitive Mario Kart, nowhere near as much fun. There's even time trials and things like that because they use tricks that might be considered cheating. You know, where you bash into the wall on one of the Chocolate Island courses and then just instantly skip a lap so you can complete tracks in a matter of seconds.
Oh yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
But that's nowhere near as fun as, say, watching a speed gaming event like this.
Yeah, I totally agree. Another thing is some of those skips they are not even allowed in the main players page or this kind of competition. So those, even though it's interesting to see what's going on, they are not even legal in most of the play environments we play. So, but even the normal time trial tasks, they are they don't talk much, they don't show much of the game because they're doing like frame perfect flat boosts and cutting stuff in a way that it's humanly impossible. So it's kind of pointless to compare a regular person to a computer doing the exact perfect. So
In the last, or the next cup, by the way. Might not be
your
the last, we
favorite?
might Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm just saying that to troll you. You know, I'm not really.
Now you're gonna have to go with that one. Oh, and
Oh, he's.
Mo just did a Carl.
Is that skip even possible that he was doing there? He was cutting it a little bit fine, I think.
Yeah, he can
Or he
jump
was.
over there, but
Oh,
it's
yes.
very easy to fail. Because sometimes if you hit the deep water and you are pressing one of the directions, you will not get. You see, he got a favorable bounce there. He bounced on deep water and kept going. But if you are holding one of the directions, sometimes you just get a dead stop. And if that happens when you are exactly on top of dark water, deep water, you are going down. You are
Ooh.
gonna sink.
Yeah. I have to learn how to do that, but Mulder suffered a little bit.
Yeah, he
He
got
did an
fished.
excellent. Yeah, he did an excellent green dodge earlier in that race there. But then unfortunately, yeah. Unfortunately.
It's gonna be. He's gonna be playing catch up from now on, so should be
Ketchup.
interesting.
Ketchup or catsup?
Catch up.
Catsup. Aron doesn't get the
uh,
zoom start. Can Mull
oh,
get
but he
it?
gets a
Yes.
feather. Aaron gets a feather.
Oh,
This is pretty much uh, game set match. And he gets the skip, so yeah, he should be like,
ooh.
oh, when he misses the gap, all the
Oh
time
no,
getting
spins
his
out.
phone. Oh, the time gain is gone.
Well, us caught up.
That feather was worth nothing.
That's what we love about Super Mario Kart speedrunning and racing.
Oh, damn. Oh, when he gets a mushroom. It's a very good item to
Oh
get on
no!
Choco Island. Oh, Aaron, what, what are you doing?
I'm a little bit nervous now. He's 2-1 down. Maybe it's playing on his mind a little.
Yeah, I think the nerves are getting him a little bit. Or maybe he's just drunk.
Don't drink and drive, kids.
There's a high chance he's just drunk.
It should be outlawed.
Look at that, a 4-second lap followed by a 20-second lap. That's gotta
even.
hurt.
Keeps it even though.
Yeah. Man. What a very eventful race.
From all that, but Aron also gets it. So let's see what items they get here. Not much,
Yeah.
really.
Items are not very useful here except for mushrooms and stars, but since you're pretty sure you can't get stars in first, they will be hoping for mushrooms. But
Badly
still, it's
ahead.
better to drive the track cleanly, try to avoid the obstacles, than trying like fancy stuff and getting long boosts. So I'm always doing it very safe here. Should end with a 52 or 53. Same for Aron.
Feather not help you on this track to take a better line so you can jump over the water, for example, or cut a corner?
It helps slightly on one corner or two, but it's very tricky because the part inside of the walls, if you fall there, you're gonna get picked up by Lakito and then you lose like a lot of time. So it's not very good to risk a feather here. I like to keep it for to jump obstacles, for instance, in that like very narrow tunnel for the end there. Sometimes there's a shell or a banana there and you have to avoid it, so I like to keep it for safety instead of aggressive lines. Well, Bowser Castle 3.
Most fun track in the game.
Yeah, this is usually where things go very wrong. And players will be hoping for feathers here, because you can skip pretty much the whole track. Well, half the track.
Aron,
Ooh.
oh,
Moll gets it.
Moll's
Let's
got
go, Moll.
one.
Ooh,
Oh
and he botched
no!
it. He hit the wall
Oh.
behind him. Ah, damn. And that's a trick that Moll gets very often. He doesn't miss that very much. So, but I think the nerves are being kind of a factor here.
Of the
Now
speed
he's
gaming
back
tournament.
into traffic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you nervous during your match?
Yes, I did get nervous a couple of times. Yeah, I think I choked a little bit at the end of the Flower and Star Cup on the last tracks because I was doing fairly well. I aimed for no continues and ended up getting 2, both on the Mario circuits.
Oh yeah, I was.
So-
I was very nervous. Like absurd.
Really?
Mo is 7 or 8 seconds behind now. Going into a track that's very bland. There's not much time to be gained there. So I don't have high hopes for Mo on this cup.
Well, you never know. Something weird could happen.
Oh yeah. There, both hairpins, you were very prone to just hitting the wall and going backwards there. Now with the zoom start piece.
I've done that so many times, and I'm not putting down the professional speedrunners, but it's good to see that the top ranked players sometimes smash into that wall too on this track. The hairpin in the middle.
We do all the
Yeah,
time.
it's comforting and makes me continue playing the game. It's the same for everybody.
Yeah, there are some things that will never change, no matter how much you play and practice. Some of the obstacles will get you. There's no escaping some of them. So yeah, Maul needs uh, Aron to mess up here some.
What's to go now for Aron? We'll skip over the sand there.
Ooh, Aron with very very bad corner there, but I think it's not enough. It's still 3 to 4 seconds. Maul is driving real quick. He wants this.
He just needs to do the last corner, does Aron, and that's it. We're going into a decider. Oh, this is exciting, isn't it?
Wow. I think this is the second match that goes to the final cup. And I was expecting this to be competitive, but I have to admit I had my I had my money on Maul to take it like 3-1 or something like that. And all of a sudden we have a fifth cup.
I believe it was you that actually played in the 3-2 match, wasn't it? Against Dan? Yeah,
I'm the one who threw away special cup by crashing twice on Rainbow Road.
It was a heck of a match to watch that. I did see it live, it was fantastic.
Yeah, being part of it was also very it was a crazy experience. I loved it.
Yeah, people were saying that it was one of the all-time great Mario Kart matches, Super Mario Kart matches. So you should be proud of your own contribution to that.
Yeah, I'm part of it.
Yeah, you've gone down in history.
SMK history.
First Super Mario Kart speed gaming tournament.
And it's interesting because it was supposed to be a close match, considering like our seeding runs were 2 seconds away from one another. So his seeding run was 2 seconds faster than mine. But I wasn't expecting it to be that close. If you discount Star Cup, if you take away Star Cup, which he forfeited, that he quit after he crashed like 10 times on Boulder Castle 3. If you don't consider that cup and you add up our finishing times for the other cups, I think we were inside like 5 seconds, 5-second difference or something like that. It was very, very close.
As if you haven't watched that, go and look it up. It was the match between Firewester and Dan H. I think that was it on Saturday? No, it was earlier in the week, wasn't it? Sorry, it's Saturday.
Thursday.
Saturday today, isn't it? I'm
was
losing track of time.
Thursday, yeah, 2 days ago.
You see, it was such a great match that I'm losing track of time because of it.
Yeah, it's been a storm of matches. We've been playing this pretty much every day, and it's been so much fun. So much fun.
What practice did you put into this before your matchup, your winners round 2 match?
Around for the last 2 weeks, I've been like trying to play at least one all cups run a day. I didn't play every day, but I'd say I played at least 7 or 8 all cup races, and I've practiced some single cups too, but not that much practice. But I've practiced. I can't say that I've got to this game, to this tournament unprepared. I prepared a little bit.
Probably prepared more than I did, but here we go. It's the decider. And the Star Cup. Did Aron forget to set his menu there? Never mind.
No, I think he missed the zoom start. So both players with the feather, it can be used to skip a huge part of the track here, but let's see if they're gonna go for it. Oh, Mo with the tow troll.
I've got the feather. I don't know if that cuts any time.
Yeah,
Cuts
it
any
does.
time off.
But it's not trivial to do. Mo is going for it. Oh yeah, excellent. Excellent stuff. Oh, and I jinxed it. I jinxed it. They're pretty much neck to neck. Because Mo
Oh.
got the skip,
Oh!
but he drowned.
Let's see.
I think you might be a little bit behind,
Yeah.
Harry. Maybe
Hold
you
on a
can
sec.
refresh the stream. Mo with the zoom start and Aron misses. So we're back to a place where Aron made one of the best plays of this particular match and one of the worst plays right after.
So
Green shell. I don't think.
I'm
Oh
back.
yeah, green shells.
I can sync now. So I can see what you guys are seeing again.
I didn't notice
Yeah.
you were a little bit behind, but
You were too polite to let me know. That's okay. I appreciate that.
no, I didn't know actually.
Well,
I
I
had
only
no-
just noticed. But we're up and running again now. Mole's in the lead, I can see.
Yeah, and I don't think that's gonna change for this track. Unless he gets heavily trolled by DK, which is not the case, so... Yeah, pretty clear race by Mo. And Aron's finishing his race. Yeah, he's around... I'd say he's 7 or 8 seconds behind now.
Is that recoverable now, do you think, in this cup?
Oh, in this
yeah?
cup, pretty much every time difference is recoverable because of Bowser Castle Free. Because I've seen good players rank out on that track, so...
Valley of
Actually,
Death.
Dan ranked out during our match.
Yes.
Well, he didn't rank out, but he was going to, so... This is, in this cup, there's no guarantee, there's no safe lead going into Bowser Castle 3. Aron gets the feather and immediately uses it.
The mushroom could be
All
useful.
with mushroom. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna go for the long boost, but he can use it to recover speed if he somehow comes to a full stop. It's a very nice tactic to use the mushrooms to recover speed instead of to gain an advantage, because so often you crash during this 150cc runs, and it's good to have a backup plan.
I'm learning a lot from this stream. I'll go away and play Mario Kart again and be a much better player for having watched this.
Well, that's one of the intentions, is to get everyone involved and improve our gameplay.
Yeah. It reminded me how much I loved I loved Mario Kart as a kid and how much time I would sink into it. How much time I would waste smashing the controller into the wall.
Well, I guess we've all been there. McNuggets is known for doing experiments with how far controllers fly.
What's that, like an Olympic sport now? Like the discus?
Maybe for the next Olympics. I don't think we have time to add that to Tokyo Olympics, but who knows.
You can add swimming in the water as one. Michael Phelpsing. It could be the Mario Kart Olympics. You You could rename the Mario Kart Championships the Mario Kart Olympics.
Yeah, that would be quite interesting. Mo's been
The,
having a very, very clear race for Bowser Castle standards. He entered the last lap at 105. So if he keeps this pace, I don't see him losing this track anymore. This track, I mean this match anymore, because he's gonna go into Mario Circuit 4, which is a very safe track, with at least 12 to 13 seconds of advantage. So
he's a whole lap ahead there, and Aron has had a few problems on this. So, barring a miracle, it's looking like Moll's going to take this. But stranger things have happened. We could still get a tie somehow.
yeah, Mo can still throw it away like I did in Special Cup a couple days back. But let's keep it real. Like Mario Circuit 4 is one of the tracks that it's nearly impossible to mess up that much.
Well, speak for yourself. I've messed up hundreds of times on this track. We're basically looking for Moll to mess up. We're watching the left-hand screen and seeing if he runs into a mushroom or something, but maybe not even that could save Aron now.
I think a mini mushroom plus Aron driving perfectly could lead to a Aron victory, but as I say that, Mo spins around. So
More
this
of
lead,
those. Yep.
this lead should be around 10 seconds right now. Maybe
Must be getting nervous. He must. They must both be getting nervous at this point. Sweaty palms.
I think so. I think so. Yeah, he's not taking any risks with the boosts, but still, that spin out is a testament. I'm pretty sure I can say 100% he was nervous during that lap.
Driving well. Oh, go on. Sorry.
I think this is done.
Driving well again now. It should be over.
Yeah, he will. If they were playing the same screen, Mo would have almost lapped Aron. This one goes to Mo.
Fantastic.
It's done.
Excellent work there from Moll. Wins this matchup and goes through to the next round. As round 3. Aron goes through to the losers bracket.
This losers bracket's gonna be quite interesting because.
Actually, who does he play? Go on, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Does he play me? Does Aron play me in the next round? It could be. I did have it up here. I did have the bracket in front of me, but it's disappeared. I believe Aron does play me in the losers bracket.
How do you feel about that match?
I feel I'm going to get slaughtered in the losers bracket, and it's the end of my tournament. But no, sorry, that was an excellent match. Fairly close, not as close as your one, but still a very interesting and advertisement, shall we say, for Super Mario Kart. A couple of evenly matched players.
Oh yeah, for sure. Do you have an idea if the next runners are ready? Because I've heard from production that they have another event scheduled for in an hour, in 50 minutes, so we probably won't be able to do interviews. So we should just go ahead and start next match. I'm not sure whether Hatok and Flanders are ready. I read here on chat that Hatok is ready. Let's see if we can hear about Flanders.
Hello, hello, hello.
What's up, Mo?
Oh.
Nice.
Hey. I was so nervous.
We thought
That's
as much,
spin out.
yeah.
That's spin out.
Yeah, no, Special Cup. Oh, that could not have gone worse. I'm so glad I had pick in the final set, because if Aron had picked special, I would have been 0 chance. I need to work on special.
Well, you got through, and that's the most important thing. So congratulations.
Yeah, I mean, I played well, probably on about 75% of the tracks I played really well. And then on 25% of the tracks I could barely hold the control. It was just a case of trying to not drop too much spaghetti all over the place and reach the finish line with a half full bowl at least.
Well, you did it. You did it by, I think, over a lap in the end.
Yeah, I had Aron's stream up on my tablet, so I could see what he was getting from each track, like while I was in my point screen. So I knew going into MC4 the second time around that it was over, because I had a pretty clean BC2, didn't get a feather, which didn't tempt me to try and do something stupid. I slowed down and looked at the swamps each time just to make sure I'd find a spot. And yeah, I just took it a lot more sensible that second time around.
Pressure, isn't it? The pressure of the SpeedGaming Championships.
Yeah, I mean, I feel the nerves even when I'm just streaming for like 4 people. So I don't know how many people are watching this, probably a couple of hundred, I guess, if it's anything like usual. So I was, yeah, it was like a CDM match, like when you're on stream at CDM. I don't know if you've ever seen me playing GP on stream at CDM. I tend to fall to pieces. At least this time I didn't have a second player actively trying to mess me up as I was trying to drive around, so there was that, I suppose. But Aron, he's made such an improvement since the seeding run last weekend.
Really?
I don't know if any of you watched the seeding run last weekend. He was struggling to qualify on a number of races. He got like 7 Zoom starts in total or something like that, and was crashing all over. And I was looking across his times today, and he was obviously not crashing too much.
Did that make you nervous?
No, not really. I think if he'd been crashing a lot and getting really bad times, that might have changed my state of mind, and I might have tried to play in a way that I'm not used to, maybe a little safer. And if I'm not going full speed, full out, I tend to crash. So I think it was good that I could see that there was pressure on, that I couldn't really afford to let off much at all.
I think you're better if you're racing your own race and not worrying what the other guy's doing.
Yeah, I think I like to know what the other guy's doing, because it just kind of sets my mind at ease a little. And I knew with how I was driving, Aron wasn't going to be massively ahead. And on most of the times, like that second Star Cup I was looking, I had a disaster at Cooper Beach 1, and he came home in like, I think, exactly the same time. Choco 1 and 2, I am confident of outracing him on Choco 1 and 2 pretty much any day of the week, unless he gets like multiple feathers. I don't think he's learned how to drive that NTSC GP yet. What's the third track? VL1 is just a case of holding on and trying not to mess up too much. And BC3, I played it sensibly the second time around. Like the first time around, that feather attempt was just horrendous. So, okay, it looks like people want us to stop talking because we've run over time.
Thank you for letting us know.
I forgot we went to the full 5 sets and we're probably a little late to start. So the next match, Hattic against Flanders, should be an interesting one. 2 very new players. It'll be very interesting to see how they've done with only like a couple of weeks of SMK action. So
yeah. That more my standard, I think.
Yeah, but I'll just thank Aron again. It was a fantastic match. He should go quite far in the tournament, because the losers bracket part that he falls down into, he should have quite a nice run for a few matches. In the winners match, I think I'm probably going to struggle in the next match, but we'll see how much practice I can get in, and I'll say goodbye. Goodbye.
Thank you very much, Mr. Moll.
And thank you both for the commentary.
Thank you very much. We are just setting up for the next race, so we'll see you very, very shortly.